How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse and I'm here with Caleb. Today we are going to be giving you our full review on the new HOKA Mach X. Now the Mach series has quite a history as that speedy daily trainer, but with the newest release of the Mach X, we get an even faster iteration that's going to live side by side that standard Mach.
Yeah, Connor, I have a lot of experience in the Mach. I ran in previous versions of it, but the Mach X is a whole new level. You got a lot of upgrades, you have super foam, you have a plate, and this is a whole new shoe.
Yeah, you know, Caleb, this shoe has been completely revamped from top to bottom, and when we're talking about speed, the first thing we got to go into is the midsole. Not too long ago, HOKA came out with the Rocket X2, which really put HOKA back on the map for super shoes and super foams. We saw that PEBA-based compound that everyone wanted to get on their feet, and for good reason. It was highly efficient, it was bouncy, it had everything you needed to go really fast. HOKA then took that midsole, threw it right here in the Mach X, and you can see a good chunk of it up here in the forefoot. Then as you go over to the lateral side, you can see it full length across the shoe. Really, this is gonna take everything you liked from the Rocket X2, but just fine tune it a little bit more for workouts and daily training.
Yeah, the Rocket X had a lot of hype, a lot of excitement, and it delivered. And you know what? I think the Mach X is gonna be a really good training complement to the Rocket X. That super foam was really nice. It was energetic. It had soft landings and then a nice return at toe off. And with that plate, it was really efficient, and it even stabilized the foam a little bit so that I could be secure and grounded in my runs.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you brought up that plate as well. It is pebax, so it's gonna be a little bit more flexible than the carbon plates we see in the super shoes, but that's a good thing. It allows the shoe to adapt a little bit more for some of those slower efforts. You don't necessarily notice it too much on feet, but it just gives that little extra pop.
And Connor, I'm just gonna make one more call out. You know, you have this EVA carrier foam. It's really stable. It helps the shoe be a little more protective. And again, it gives it that versatility because it makes it a little more stable.
Yeah, that EVA foam, I think it is gonna help with a little bit of durability. It does stabilize the foam, but if I had one complaint with this shoe, and it's tough because this really was a nice shoe, I think I would have liked just a little bit more PEBA foam in this shoe. We've seen how much of a difference it creates in the responsiveness of the Rocket X2. So I think maybe if we got closer to 100% PEBA, it could take this shoe to the next level, but really a pretty good upgrade for the Mach X, so I can't complain too much. Now, moving on down to the outsole, you are gonna see some pretty drastic changes over the standard Mach. A lot more rubber. You see a good chunk here in the forefoot and the heel. You get that little bit extra durability and traction that you might not see as much in the Mach. And I even took this shoe out for some off-road use, and it was able to perform.
Yeah, you know, Connor, I got some experience in the Mach 5. It has that exposed EVA. It was good. It gave me decent traction and it had good durability, but you really can't replace a full layer of rubber, and it really doesn't weigh the shoe down. It adds an extra layer of traction. I like to run in and out of the streets of our local city here, and you know, I need to be agile, and the traction on this was excellent, and you get the durability benefits of that rubber.
Yeah, you know, durability really isn't a concern of mine either. I've gotten about 75 miles. The shoe looks pretty good. I think if anything, the midsole will probably go before that outsole rubber wears down. Now, finishing the shoe off, wrapping it all together, we've got the upper, and this is actually a part that surprised me with the shoe because it feels so good upon initial step in. It feels very natural on foot, seamless. You get a slightly more performance-oriented fit. It's snug but not narrow, keeps your foot locked in place. And the other thing to note is it is very lightweight, but it has that support to use for any of your daily training miles. I think that upper is really a standout portion of the shoe.
Yeah, Connor, the upper here was definitely a highlight for me throughout testing. It has to be lightweight as a performance trainer, and it has to be irritation free. Comfort's still a priority for me, but as soon as I put it on, really secure through the midfoot with that gusseted tongue, and then enough space in the forefoot for my toes display. So you get that performance fit with the HOKA's signature comfort.
So we've talked about midsole, outsole, upper, every part of this shoe. Now I want to go into comparable models because there aren't a whole lot of shoes on the market that are going to be similar. I think, in my opinion, the closest option is going to be the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. It offers a good amount of super foam underfoot, as well as that pebax plate. You get a little bit faster shoe with the Speed 3, but if you're looking for a little bit more comfort that still has those performance benefits, I think the Mach X is gonna be more in your wheelhouse. Another shoe I'll throw into the mix is gonna be the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel V3. Again, that shoe doesn't have a plate, so it is gonna be a little bit different, but you get a lot of super foam underfoot, a fun shoe, a versatile shoe. I think both of those are gonna be right in the wheelhouse of the Mach X.
Connor, I totally agree. I think the Mach X and the Speed 3 are really close. I'm gonna throw in another comparison. I think if you want something a little more aggressive from a plate design, a little faster, you can look at the Asics Magic Speed, but between the three models, I really love the Mach X.
Magic Speed 3 is definitely another shoe that falls right in line with these up-tempo trainers, and it just goes to show how many great options there are that are bouncy, versatile, and can be used for so many days of the week. And I think that comes to our last question: what is this shoe going to be best used for? And I think it's tough because, again, it does so many things well. I found myself personally using it most for workout day when I wanted one shoe to warm up, do the workout, and cool down. It performed good at slower paces, at faster paces, just a comfortable, fast shoe. Another use was long run day when I wanted just more of a steady up-tempo shoe that could go those longer miles.
Yeah, that long run, the long steady effort, I think that's where the Mach X is really gonna shine. But in my rotation, I'm gonna pull this out when there's multiple paces. You know, I'm talking intervals, fartleks, progressive runs. I'm gonna have the comfort for the slower paces, but I'm also gonna have the responsiveness when I wanna pick up the pace.
So there you have it. That was our full review on the new HOKA Mach X. The Mach series has always been a favorite of mine, and now with the introduction of the Super Foam, it's an even more fun shoe to use for pretty much any day of the week. If you're looking to get the Mach X on your feet, you can find it here at Running Warehouse.